All righty, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the session. I am your host, King, and today we are showing off our new setup. All right, y'all. So if you didn't get a chance to listen to episode 32, I pretty much did that episode and I introduced all the new equipment that I was able to put together. You know what I mean? And to be fair, y'all, this stuff ain't really that new. I just actually put it together because I've always had the boom arm for the microphone. We've always had a microphone, that we can record music with. I also got another microphone from Rode. I mean, I think I just finally had the time to put it all together. And I love it. You know what I mean? You see Rita in the background, y'all. Show Rita some love, y'all. Show Rita some love, y'all. Man, you see that? Rita was showing out this weekend. We went to C2E2. And I'm going to be fair with y'all. C2E2 is amazing. Only for me because I'm into like pretty much all of the things that it kind of represents. I'm a tech geek. Like anything tech, I'm on it. I spend my last dollar on it, and my wife knows that. But on top of that too, they touching on more than just like I said, comics and movies. It's really everything. And the celebration of cosplay is amazing. And that's what today's episode is going to really be about. Me doing my first cosplay. And honestly, I might be addicted. Sorry. I know nobody nobody really talks about it, but I see how people now, those guys that they get all dressed up for the masquerade parties and the ball and the 80s parties, where you put on your old throwback stuff or your gold chains that you had forever that you really don't wear nowhere else. This is literally the same effect. And I never would have got that. Like I never would have thought that through if I never would have tried it. Because to be fair, I thought, the cosplayers are the people who just really love, designing and putting on clothes, and you gotta love something about it. And I'm like, now that I'm doing, I'm like, nah, bro. You just gotta like the character. You gotta like really kind of admire what they do. So I went this year as Escanor. Lions Enterprise, Seven Deadly Sins, Netflix, not original series, like it's a manga. Um, and people who watch this, they always be like, he talks about anime. I don't read mangas. I don't read the manga, whatever. I don't read them. I read comics growing up, and I could read a manga, but I choose not to because I like to see the animation. And Seven Deadly Sins for me is kind of one of those series where it was picked up, and they transformed it 2 or 3 times through Netflix. So it kinda gave me an opportunity to follow it, watch it, and get it, get used to it. Like, "Oh, okay. It's dope. It's dope." They have some bad animation towards the end, but it was dope. The storyline is dope. And, all the geeks know this, but it's not super huge. It's not like Dragon Ball Z or One Piece or Full Metal Alchemist. It's not in that realm yet. People like it, but they didn't take it that far. And for me, the character who carries the whole show is Escanor. Now, that was my tribute. I felt the swagger, the everything about him was perfect for me because I know I can pull that off and I can stay in character, and I don't have to be, fan like fantasy based. I can just be me. Very prideful guy. I don't mind. My my nickname is King, so it fits me perfectly. And Um, it was like one of them things where the more I did it, the more I invested time into it. And like when I finally got Rita, it was like it's over. Like I knew I was going to get the outfit. I knew that I was going to be, prepping myself, whether learning some lines, learning some poses, because that's one thing too about the anime, cosplay, and that I guess I figured this out over the last 2 years. It's deeper than just dressing like the character. You got to have some swag about yourself. You definitely got to fit the role. And I notice now why women dress the way they dress, men dress the way they dress, as far as like, they can relate to these characters, even if it's a man dressing like a female character. or a woman dressing like a male character, they can relate to those characters. And we should respect that. You know what I'm saying? Like I C2E2 was full of it too. Like I'm talking about deep when I'm talking, you would see a character who you knew the character was, but you didn't know who they were if it was a male or female dressed like it. And it was like me for my guys. And I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like we sat around and was like, oh, I wonder if that's a chick. Or I wonder if that's a dude. Nah, we didn't really care. But it was one of those things where we saw like a Blue Ranger in a full Blue Ranger costume, classic Blue Ranger. But it was a latex, shiny suit. And we kind of knew that, that person was going to be either hot or it was hard to put on. And by the figure, we were like, man, I think that's a female. Very slim person. No real attributes, but you could just kind of see the demeanor. And we just like, man, whoever that is, they dedicated. But but I'm like, nah, man. I knew because I'm really good at this. Being in the military, working out a lot, just being able to watch people's body language, physiques, all this. I could tell, you know what I'm saying? But and don't get me wrong, it's not my business. I don't care. I don't care at all. But I could tell. So there was a few different characters who one was Rita from Power Rangers. Yeah, the evil Rita. I mean, outfit was amazing, but I believe it was a guy. And it could have been a woman, but I believe it was a guy. And when I said cold, like outfit was amazing. Um, the portrayal, portrayal, sorry, not betrayal, but the portrayal of the character was amazing. Hands down. It let me know I had to bring my A game. So now back to me as Escanor. I'm telling people, you know, I'm just hoping to get a couple photos. You know what I mean? Like I'm hoping people recognize even who I am. Even though I got this big axe right here. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm hoping people would know who I was. And people knew who I was. I'm talking about when I got out the car, people knew exactly who I was. They were immediately, oh my God, that's Escanor. Oh man, that's Escanor. And I'm just sitting here like, yo, I don't know if I was ready. I don't know if I was ready. Like coming from um the inner city and kind of like a lifestyle of you kind of keep yourself kind of incognito as it is. Like you don't really want to show off. You don't want people to just be looking at you and be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, unless you really want that. And I wasn't that kid. Like I was always the kid that's kind of like chilling. I'm in the background, like I'm playing the wall. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching the scene. You know what I mean? Not for just because I'm shy, but just because I know my surroundings. Like I know how people are. But in this setting, I knew you attracting attention, but it would be the right type of attention. And it was amazing feeling. Like amazing feeling. Like you could tell it was inspiring to some. And one of my homies who was with me, shout out to Deuces. Young Deuces was like, yo, people really showing you some love, bro. You know what I mean? And you got to remember something that you're dealing with a lot of people in the geek culture or the nerd culture that some of them are very awkward, and it touched me, because I'm like, damn, right? That's me. Like I'm a sports guy at heart, but I'm not ask a person for a picture or ask a person for an autograph type of guy. And I can admit I get a little awkward around it because, I always looked at celebrities or people who, do sports and whatnot. I've always told people like I look at them as regular people. So I'm not gonna sit here and say, well, yeah, I met, Michael Jordan and I got the picture with him and I got this because I don't want to bother that person. I know that person's going through their day, they doing their thing. And the last thing I want to do is be all up in in their life and they don't even know me. So that's kind of why it hit me so hard because I was like, I saw people in their face, like, look me in my eyes, smile, and just like turn away and be like, like, man, what I mean? Like they wanted to say something so bad, or like that was their character. or this was the person that they wanted to do, and they saw me doing it, and it was like, like I gave people a lot of head nods, a lot of, and then people will walk up to Escanor, right? I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to stay in character, but you really can't help but, give a smile, give a smirk, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, that's me, and then you take the photo, pose, do what you do. And like I said, it was dope that I think I was prepared because I had those poses ready. You know what I mean? Like, first time. I didn't want to just be like, "Ugh," and then they look at me like, what are you doing? Like, that's not what Escanor do. So that was dope. You know what I mean? And I think from this point on, I'm definitely gonna keep that one in the bag. It's my first one, but I'm gonna try harder at my initial cosplay idea, because the next convention that we're going to is gonna be in DreamCon down in Austin, Texas. Shout out to everybody going to DreamCon. And if you see me down there, say what up. Don't be that guy, because I'm definitely gonna shout out to everybody I know. I'm gonna try to be that man. I'm gonna talk to everybody. I'm show love. So last year was my first year there. Definitely going back and having a good time. But when y'all see me, say what up. But anywho, I'm gonna try to go out there. I'm gonna try to do my second idea, which is Cable from X-Men. But I'm gonna keep the Escanor in the bag, just to have that, just in case. Um, but yeah, I could see myself doing this more in the future. Even getting the kids involved or whoever, like, because it's something to do. You know what I mean? It's something to do. It didn't cost me a lot of money. I didn't feel like, oh, I broke the bank. I'm never wearing this again, and I got an outfit that I ain't doing shit with. Like, honestly, the outfit was kind of slick. I probably could wear that thing, anywhere. I could probably wear that to just like a wedding or, just out and about because it was looking pretty fresh. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm gonna keep it in the bag because it's the Escanor cosplay, and I don't want to buy it again. You know what I mean? It wasn't cheap. It wasn't super expensive. It wasn't $1,000, but it also wasn't $50. So it is what it is. Take care of it. It'll take care of you. And you never know. I might end up winning a competition or something. That you never know. Like, it's not a hard cosplay. That's why I'm like, I've seen so much better. I have seen so much better. Like, those people at like every convention, not just Chicago, Milwaukee, Dallas, like, people are Cali, people have been going nuts, and I follow a lot of people online who do this, and kudos to them. They are amazing at the shit. Like, I don't ever want to be that guy that tells people, oh man, that shit cool. Nah, bro, that shit was amazing. Like, do what you gotta do, but go hard. And I believe that in everything. It don't matter if you're doing something that you think is super simple, do it and go hard, because the next person might think that was the hardest thing on life to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's my theory on it. And I think from this standpoint, this was a very encouraging weekend. Like I said, if you go back and listen to this last episode, I was more encouraged about, getting the equipment and setting up and then going and experience it. But now that I'm there, I'm like, yo, I see the art behind this, and now I'm really excited for that. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna be in a great place. I'm gonna have good. My team is behind me. They definitely deep when it comes to the cosplay world, and very knowledgeable about resources and how to get things done and how to get shit made if you need to. But they don't know my energy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't play that. When it comes time to do some shit, I'm with that shit. Like, I'm going hard, and it's just is what it is. So y'all gonna see. This summer, y'all gonna see. I'm not saying I'm gonna spend all my time doing it, but I'm gonna definitely put more effort and time into it, because the cable, the cable joint really, it's not that hard, but it ain't that easy. Any X-Men really though is very difficult in my opinion, because it is just my opinion. So when you look at an X-Men, their costumes are all different styles, but if you notice, it's not like stuff that they sell in the store. Like, they don't got utility belts and insignias and bright yellow X's and all that stuff. They don't have that stuff available just to buy. So last convention in Milwaukee, I talked to a guy who I forget what he was. He was a gladiator, but he made his armor out of plastic or rubber, like rubber exercise mats. And it dawned on me, like, oh yeah, I could do that. Like I could just cut these shapes out, glue them together, and paint them. You know what I'm saying? Like that shouldn't be that hard. And just find yourself a PT belt or some type of elastic belt that you can put on and snap in, and you good to go. A reflective belt, something like that. I can do that. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna look into that. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna do it because if I can look into it and find one for cheap or something that I can buy, I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? Like I want it to look good. I want it to look professional. And until I get really good at putting together stuff, which I'm not a fabricator, this is just what it's gonna have to do. So that's gonna be my plan of action. Y'all stay on the lookout for it, and just if you got ideas, let me know. You can put it in the comments of the video or send me a message, Facebook or Instagram. But let me know what your idea is as far as what I should do for like a utility belt or like the shoulder strap for cable, because that's probably the hardest part right now. Like I can find an outfit that'll fit me and it'll look good, but you know, I want it to look real good. So the weekend was that. The cosplay was dope. So on top of that, we had okay weather. I didn't really get a chance to hang out in Chicago like I like, which I love Chicago. Chicago is dope. I would never live there. To me, it's kind of like a Miami where I just enjoy traveling to it, trying a different food, trying a different places, shopping, but I would never live there. And traffic, cost of living, everything's way too high. So it was bittersweet. We had high winds and rain at night, and then it got better. But I'm like, that was my time to hang out because I'm not going out at 12 o'clock kind of guy anymore. Now I'm trying to tuck it in, or if I want to be in the house. So I kind of realized that about myself too this weekend. It's like the older I get, the more I don't give a shit. I don't really care about going out, or if I do go out, I don't really even be out long. So that was the thing. And I think that's what made the weekend kind of better. It was like you already didn't have the motivation to go out, spend a lot of money or, get wasted because you felt like, okay, I got to be prepared for, whatever may happen. And then boom, 90 mile an hour winds and rain forces your hand. So that was a good thing. And I mean, like I said, it's convention weekend. You're working, you're kicking it, but it's work. So, I think it was really the best possible scenario for what we had going on. Anything more would have just made us more exhausted, So I'm gonna have to get myself in the gym, get myself ready for Dallas. I mean for Houston. It's not Houston or Dallas, it's Austin. Because DreamCon is gonna be crazy. You know what I mean? Like crazy. But I'm here for it. I'm here for it all day. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this one up, y'all. But I love this setup. I love this setup. This is amazing. Like, y'all don't know how hard I am really working to not press a lot of these buttons. Like, and the fact that it's on camera too, Lord, please. But I mean, the good thing is that, we got an opportunity to do this stuff more often now. You know what I mean? I put the money into it, so it's here for me. But at the same time, I want to geek out about this shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't always been me. We worked a long way coming from doing it off the cell phone, doing it, uploading off the cell phone, doing sessions in the car, and now we at this point. So shout out to everybody who has ran along with me this whole way and have watched me grow. You know what I mean? Y'all checking in, watching every video I put out, even if it take me a month, or watching, listening to these sessions, even if it take me a while. Like I appreciate you. You know what I mean? And I hope it shows. I hope it shows every time we go further. Every time y'all see me on video and it's like, damn, you did something else? Yeah. I'm doing it for y'all. You know what I mean? I'm doing it for y'all. Because I care. I care about you being entertained. Are you not entertained? No. All right. Well, we'll get you there. We'll get you there. But anyway, that's my point. I want to do this for y'all. I want to do this so that the production is good. And check out all the other stuff that I'm producing, and we're putting together because the Black Geek documentary that I'm helping film is amazing. You know what I'm saying? We got the trailer coming for that out soon. Um, the Geeked episodes are really coming together. Episode 3 is probably like a week or two away. We just got to do some fine tuning on that. And yeah, I'm telling you, man. April, we got some drops coming for you. Doing a lot more stuff with the Geek Set guys so that we can have a dope summer. But at the same time, KMG is growing. So yeah, just be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. Stay focused. Pay attention. Roll with me. And then I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.